It's 5 o'clock somewhere, Henny.
With your hosts, Shannon,
I mean, you want a beautifully painted stool for your balls.
Sally, and
I'm over, y'all know I watch a lot of the TikTok these days. I'm over people whining about their childhood trauma.
Andy.
But
before you even go,
Oh, no.
in the house, Shannon fixes us these 32-ounce roadies to go.
Featuring Shiloh
I'm not menopausal, but I'm hot all the time. So
and Eva.
Rick turned to me and said, if this movie continues like this, we are walking out. He goes, I can't be doing this traffic shit.
Hi, friends. What's Timmy from IT doing?
He was helping me because I'm an idiot.
Oh,
Like I've said before, we've only been doing this for how long? And what?
I know.
I hate Macs. I hate them. I hate a Mac. So
I love Max.
awful. So
Well, you got to go in, so it's all good.
it's all good now. We're good now.
I missed y'all.
How was your trip?
Mine?
Yeah.
It was good. We had a really good time. So this is kind of funny. And we usually have anywhere from 4 to 6 of us. We're not always all there. But the 4 of us that went have always been the biggest beer drinkers, sitting on the beach drinking beer and stuff. And we've been doing this trip for 25 or so years. And used to, we would go the first day, and I'm not kidding, we would buy like 7 or 8 cases of beer, and we bought 2 this time.
2?
And had beer left over. Yeah. How things have changed.
The body's not 20 or 30 anymore.
Oh,
I know, right? It makes a difference. So
Hey,
nobody
man, somebody has a new job. Yay.
somebody has a new job, yay me. Yeah.
Yay.
And I go into the office 3 days a week.
What days are you working from home?
So I don't know. Maybe Shannon and I can go to lunch one day. I'm in Irving.
Faux show. I'm there most days.
I'm there Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday.
Where's your office in Irving?
It's right at George Bush and 114.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Where's yours?
I'm on 635 in Beltline. So,
Okay.
yeah. How's the commute?
Well, I live right by George Bush.
Yeah,
So,
so you just hop on.
it's costing me a fortune, but it only takes me like 25 minutes to get there. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I look at Waze every day and I'm like, 27 minutes, 47 minutes.
Now, on the part of George Bush you get on, do they have surge pricing where it goes up and down depending on the?
I don't think so.
none of George Bush does.
I didn't know anything about that.
No, it's just 635 the expressway does.
Oh, the express lanes. Okay. Yeah, I just hop on right at 630, George Bush and 75, and then I exit at 114, and it's right there off of 114. So I mean, it's an easy commute,
Yeah.
but it's just y'all. I hadn't been in an office in over 5 years, so it's an adjustment.
What's it like to put a bra on to go to work?
Right? Did you wear pants? What happened?
I've been wearing pants and bras and all the things,
Do
So,
your hair, do it all.
I
Yeah.
know, it's crazy. But
Well, we had someone fill in for you last week.
I saw Miss Goff filled in. How was that? I hadn't had a chance to listen to
It
it.
was good. She was good.
Yeah, how is she?
Yeah.
She tried to pit me out.
Yeah.
Yeah, to whom?
Everybody, anybody.
Hmm. Men and women, or just women? Or just men?
I mean, it's Pride Month, so I guess both.
Diane, she mentioned Anna. That's the one she mentioned.
That's what I wondered.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anna's cute.
Yeah.
Mhm. Redhead still, right?
Redheads are crazy and they're fun. So yeah. Speaking of crazy, hey Eva.
Hey, Eva.
My God. I want to know who at Zoom hates me.
The same
Is-
one that hates me.
They signed me out. I don't know my password. I didn't have it saved for some odd reason.
Same.
And it took forever to get back in.
Same Z.
And then,
Do you
of course,
think you have a drinking problem if you're drinking beer in bed?
right. And then, of course, that problem that Shannon had, the one-time code that I was waiting for on my phone, but it went to my email.
And I'm like, what? I don't know where it's at. Where is it at? Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna
Yes,
go
I'm
back.
having a beer.
I'm gonna go back real quick when we're talking about drinking. Another good thing about going into the office for me, free Diet Cokes.
Free
Ooh.
Diet Cokes?
Did you take less money because they had Diet Cokes? Because it evens out.
No, but I'm gonna get my toll money back in Diet Cokes, I've decided.
You will.
Now, do they have like lots of snacks or just beverages that are?
They have well stocked with beverages
Mm,
and good ice. I haven't seen snacks,
mm.
but I mean, I've seen like bagels and donuts and stuff.
Right.
Oh,
But
wow.
I don't know where they come from. They just
Right.
appear. But look, I'm good with the Diet Cokes and bottled water. I'm good.
Sweet.
So yeah, so I'm gonna get my toll money back in Diet Cokes.
Well, I hope you like the job and they're good to you.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm excited.
Cool. So it's Pride Month.
Tis Pride Month.
What are you drinking?
I'm having lemonade and
And
watermelon
Ooh,
blended together with Tito's.
and watermelon. Yummy.
It's tasty.
It's a
Yeah.
Celsius. Is it a
My
Celsius?
first summer drink.
Is it a Celsius?
Nope.
No?
Melon and lemonade.
Fresh watermelon
Did you
juice?
squeeze the watermelon? Did you juice it?
Yeah.
Shut up. People that do eat watermelon, salt or no salt?
Salt.
No salt. No
Well,
salt.
either.
What'd you say, Andy? Salt or no
Oh.
salt? Salt?
Oh.
Shiloh, no salt?
No salt.
I
I'm
thought the
either
question.
too, Shannon. I'm not, I mean, I'll do both.
Yeah.
Growing
the
up, I used
question
to eat
was-
salt, but then as I got older, I was like, I think it's better without the salt. So
Yeah. I agree.
I thought the question you were going to ask was vodka or no vodka.
In the
no, that's
watermelon?
good.
Yeah, you should. Isn't that what y'all used to do?
Yeah.
Pump the
Like
watermelon
a
full of vodka.
watermelon?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Well, so Andy is fresh squeeze. That's pretty impressive that you
Yeah,
squeezed
it
the
is.
watermelon.
it's quite
Yeah.
tasty.
What is everybody else drinking?
I'm
I
having a
refilled my
nice.
Diet Coke before I left the office this afternoon.
What is that behind you, Eva? Is that a beer?
It's a beer in a cold mug that's been in the freezer for
Oh,
probably
nice.
about 2 years.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So it's nice, and I had to put a napkin under it because it's sweating. But
You went for
beer?
that effort for a Miller Lite.
yeah, it's just a Miller Lite. I only drink Miller Lite,
Mm.
the official beer of the Dallas Cowboy. Yeah, yeah, may have to change. But it's so hot outside.
It's so hot.
It's so hot, and it's humid. It's gross. It's perfect time for a beer. So just one.
We know what Shiloh's drinking as usual, right?
My lame water.
It's
Eh,
water or electrolytes?
Yeah.
Electrolytes. It's hot. I got to run in the morning. I need the extra
Okay.
electrolytes.
I'm drinking green apple cherry Celsius flavor.
Green
Oh.
apple.
But I'm drinking in my big gay cup. It's Pride Month.
That is a big gay cup. That is a big gay cup.
And it's from Palm Springs. That makes it even gayer.
It's even
Oh.
gayer. Shallow, you're running
Yeah.
in the morning. I saw this girl on TikTok. She decided her husband, I guess, has always said he could run a marathon. He's like, I could run a marathon, no training, whatever. So she signed him up for one and gave him 24-hour notice that she signed him up for whatever marathon. And he finished, I think, but like walked most of it.
I'm
But-
sure he probably wasn't able to walk the rest of the week. Like you could do
Well,
it.
she
Yeah.
showed him the next day trying to get out of bed
Yeah.
and couldn't.
Oh
But
my
he proved
God.
his point that he could do a marathon with no notice. So,
He could barely walk. What does his marathon include?
well, 26 miles. I mean,
The next day. I mean, your legs are not used to.
he's being dirty, I think.
No. I'm like serious.
Oh.
Like you're just running.
For 26 miles. I
Oh,
mean,
that's a marathon? Oh, never mind.
It's
I'd
not
be
sitting on the
dead.
couch watching a show.
I mean,
I could do a marathon of like Real Housewives, and I don't have to. I mean, I walk fine the next
give
day.
me a TV show to binge and I'm good. Absolutely.
So, Shiloh, I've
my-
got a running etiquette question for you since you're the expert runner. So, like the Katy Trail, there are crosswalks over streets, right? And so what is do you like run right through and we're in charge, right?
No, I mean,
like,
I look at it. Do you want to be right or you want to be dead?
right, right.
I run with people who like it's. I've got the right of way. They're gonna go. No, I look. Yeah, I stop and look.
Well, I mean, I know you're supposed to stop, but also I think it's like when you're running or on the trail, it's kind of nice to stop and let cars go because they've been like, especially when
Yeah.
you're busy, like
Oh yeah,
don't
yeah,
be a dick. Let cars go by, right? And
yeah.
you're sitting there
I
like,
look at it like you want to be right. Like, oh, I have the right of way. No, just let them go. Like
yeah,
you would
okay.
not survive a car. Yeah.
Because right here on my street, that they now have a traffic cop that during busy hours, like
Mm.
that, which finally they got somebody out there. Well, when the cop actually does anything besides stand there, but like the other day, he had like stopped the runners so people get through because people sit there for a long time just
Oh
trying to
yeah.
cross,
Yeah.
right?
When it's busy. Yeah.
And these two guys just ran right through, right by the cop, and I'm like, dude, there's a cop right there going like, I don't want to stop my running, dude. I gotta blow through this intersection. I'm
Yeah.
I'm
Like
always like, you
you're
may have the
not.
right of way, but you're not going to win against a car.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and there's only I think two spots on the Katy Trail that
Yeah.
actually intersect. It's right there, and then it's further south at Javier's or further north at
Yeah,
Javier.
it's a little north. Yep.
But
Mhm.
those are the. I mean, at the Javier's, there's
Yeah.
nobody there anyway, so it doesn't matter. I'm actually surprised they haven't built the bridge over that just to accommodate.
Over right here by me.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy. Like at 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock, just people trying to get through with all this
Yeah.
construction
Yeah.
too. It's awful. So I keep waiting for the sirens when one of those people get hit because they're too stupid. They're running
Oh,
through the
yeah.
Going straight
intersection.
Yeah.
across.
I mean, that's what it's
They're
going to
like, I
take for
have
them
the
to do
right of
something
way.
about it. Yeah. Yeah.
Right? It's great. Okay, good. It was like, look, I will always yield to a runner, but some of them just seem really stupid. So,
Yeah.
They are.
Or privileged.
or privileged.
Mm.
Yes. So, are we going to talk about what we did this weekend?
Yeah.
What did you do?
Nothing Friday. Saturday I went out for a little bit. I took my chair up to enjoy the fine summer air.
Nice.
Yay.
And on Sunday, took my chair out on another route. I'm trying to find the best way down there to the strip in my chair.
Did you find one?
I found a decent one, yes. But it's still, Dallas streets are just so jacked up.
They are.
And the
Mm.
sidewalk,
Especially down there.
all the sidewalks aren't necessarily an entrance to the street.
Ah,
Mm.
So there's several times I would go up a sidewalk and have to turn around and get back down.
because you can't quite get to the
Yeah.
street there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I did that, and yeah, it was a decent weekend.
Good.
Mm.
I'm glad you've got the chair to give you a little,
Freedom.
yeah.
Well, you got to watch him in it. He'll run you over.
Well, it's payback for all the,
Yeah, I was gonna say everybody or just the people that have pushed him out of it. The old chair.
Push me out of the chair, or have pissed me off.
He's got different speeds on it. When he hits that fast speed, you got to look out, right, Andy?
Hell yeah,
Coming through, hot dish coming through.
eat it.
Mm.
Who's that?
What about you, Shiloh?
I played a lot of golf.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually was in Phoenix for the weekend
Oh wow.
and played like 4 rounds of golf. And it was
So much.
insanely hot. I mean, sure, yeah, I don't care about golf. They were like great courses, and my buddies were like, "Yeah, this." I was like, "I don't care. Like, whatever, sure.
Let's just go. Yeah.
Let's just go." Yeah, yeah. But it was hot. It was really hot, like stupid hot. But yeah.
Cool.
Did you win?
No. I'm not good at golf. Like, I'm pretty sure I triple bogeyed pretty much every hole, which is like the maximum you can get. I didn't even keep score for me. They kept score. They're competing. But there's one. So it's the TPC Stadium course. It's where they have the Waste Management Open, like the big party.
Oh
open.
yeah.
The big
Like
crazy
last year.
one?
That's the crazy one.
Yeah.
So it's the par 3 that's basically like it's on an island, and there's like the whole entrance is like the entire hole is wrapped around with a stadium. Like that's the big iconic one. I got a par on that one. And my buddies both got a bogey.
So that
So
was your
that's
claim to fame on
yeah.
that.
And it
Yeah.
wasn't. I got lucky. Like I hit a drive, hit a shot into hit the side of the bunker and bounced on the green. I got really lucky, and then made a couple butts. Yeah.
Was there a crowd cheering you on from that hole, or was it just
No, yeah, there was. I mean, it was hot. Like it was nobody was there. Like
Yeah.
it's off season because it's like so it was easy to get in and play. Yeah, but there, yeah.
wow? Sally Ann, what about you?
I didn't do much this weekend. I went Saturday. I went for a little hospital visit to see our friend in the hospital Saturday. I was telling Andy he blew us kisses when we left. So
Mm.
Did you
it
come
was
after us or before?
yeah, we went in the
Okay.
afternoon.
Okay.
Rosemary and I went, and then
Okay.
she and I went to lunch. Her birthday was last week. We went and had a little birthday lunch for her, and that was kind of the highlight of my weekend. I did my retail thing on Sunday and just chillaxed.
Nice.
Nothing exciting.
Eva?
Well,
Uh,
um, Friday didn't do anything. I don't think Friday. Saturday we also went up with Shannon and Pam and Brandon and Tim. Rick and I went up to visit PH in the afternoon after we played. What was it, about an hour and a half
Mm-hmm.
of pickleball
Saturday?
with, yeah, Saturday morning, seven
Okay, yeah.
o'clock.
So what time?
Yeah, we played at 7 o'clock, but
No,
then we
what time
went
did
to
y'all go to
see
the hospital?
11. It was about
Okay,
11,
we were after y'all because
11:30.
I think I got there about 1. So yeah.
Yeah. And we pickleball was fun. It was a really nice morning. Um,
Cool.
and then Shannon, do you want to go next and tell what we did
Go ahead.
Sunday afternoon?
Uh-huh.
You're the fan
Sunday
girl. Go
afternoon.
ahead.
Oh,
Sunday
I
afternoon.
saw on Facebook or Instagram or something.
Yes, I met my all-time favorite. I've been obsessed with her for a long time. We met Parker Posey.
Where was she and
Uh,
what was she doing?
she was at the Dallas Fan Expo, which let me preface this by saying I have never seen so much contained virginity in one building than I had on Sunday afternoon. I mean, virgins left
So
and
many
right.
virgins.
So many
So
virgins. I don't even
many.
think, and it's not even like sex virgins. I think like the touch of another of the opposite sex, the same sex, whichever, whatever you delve in. I don't think they've ever had a touch of anybody else other than themselves. Like it literally was like, and it was so crazy. It was huge. It was
Did you get
massive.
any digits?
No, no. We did see a lot of a lot of cosplayers. Elf ears. What else did we
Not a
see,
lot of
Shannon?
good ones. There was a lot of Star Wars, the regular nerd stuff, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was just so random.
Like all these
Um,
anime characters that obviously none of us know,
yeah,
know who they
Did
are.
Brandon know who everyone was?
Probably, right?
I think so. We saw some Sailor Moons. We
Oh,
saw, we were walking as we were approaching her booth, her photo booth. We were stuck behind a Wolverine. And after we saw her, you know, I had to pee so bad. So I went to the bathroom and we bumped into Logan.
that was a good one.
That one was a really good one. Um, but, um, but yeah, she was so much fun. Uh, oh, we saw David Boreanaz from Angel
6 feet away.
twice, 6 feet away from us, walking with his head down. So he didn't want to acknowledge any of the fans that were just kind of waiting in line for other people. Um, it was a lot of fun. She's just kooky. She's so kooky and crazy, and I think it's gotten more so as she's gotten older.
Yeah, it happens.
But yeah,
I didn't
um,
expect her to be that energetic and like that. I mean,
yeah,
all through that line, it was a long line. She was like interacting with people and very fun,
Good. Yeah.
which
yeah,
is what you want to see. I figured she might just stand there and say, nothing and take a picture, but she was like doing different
yeah.
poses and
Love it.
Poses, yeah.
fun.
Of course, she's a southern woman with manners. So
Yes.
whether it was fake or not, she did. She was very, very, very pleasant. She was so
Do you think
sweet.
she had more fans this year because of her recent popularity with White
Oh
Lotus?
yeah,
Because
oh yeah,
like I
We
think
were
feel
we
like
were
a whole
talking about it.
generation knows
Yeah,
her
we
now that
we were
didn't
talking
know.
about like there were other celebrities there, right? And probably the
yeah.
other biggest one was probably Christina Ricci, right? Would you?
Christina Ricci, yeah,
Okay.
But we were talking before, and I'm like, do they just hate this? Like they just like going to these things and
Money,
having to
money,
be
money,
Yeah.
there. And
money.
that's for money. But we were thinking, did she sign up for this before she was on White
Yeah,
Lotus?
I'm
Like,
sure she did.
like,
I think she
probably.
damn
did. Yeah.
it.
But
Well,
good
I
for her
mean,
for doing it anyway.
Yeah.
I mean,
Fans
think
love
about
that
it.
shit. I mean,
Yeah. And then think about it too. I mean, like she probably, yeah, like you said, she had like one of the longest lines aside from Christina Ricci, but $100 a pop. Like
Yeah.
we paid $105 to do this
that was $100
each.
for,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, aside from what she needs to give to, like her promoter, the promoter or
Yeah.
whoever, the expo itself, she probably walked away with a good chunk of change.
She's
So
doing all right doing that. And
yeah.
she, and she, it's not like you're really doing anything,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean,
She's taking pictures.
Yeah.
And it's great. I did give her, we had Shannon had given us some of these Pride flag pins
mhm.
since it was the beginning of Pride Month. And I gave her one and she was so excited about it. She tried to put it on, but then the pictures that were kind of just corralling us in there fast.
Yeah.
She's like, I go, oh, you don't have to put it on. She goes, okay, good, because it's going to take me too long to do this. So she put it aside. She held it in her hand and she said she was going to keep it. So
Oh, that's sweet.
um, yeah,
It's funny
yeah.
that
So
they kind of cattle call you, right? To stand in
yeah,
this
Yeah.
line. So we got in a line because I don't know. Brandon said, "Oh, I think it's this one," or even said it was.
yeah,
You stand in line. We look around. We're so in the right line. If you look at the people in Parker Post, you can imagine what's in Parker Post's line. Lots of
yeah.
gay guys are in Parker
A lot.
Shocker.
A lot of queens, a lot of queens. I did like to see though that we were talking to the guy in front of us, and he was, obviously a fan, so he was bringing up old stuff that she's been in, like Josie and the Pussycats, which I had forgotten she was in
Oh,
that
I
movie.
forgot she was in that. Yeah.
Yeah, and
He's probably trying to forget that she was in it too.
right, and Brandon was quoting Scream 3, that she was in, but I was very happy to see her old stuff like Party Girl. That's how I know her from the mid
Party
'90s.
girl.
Yeah, there was a guy with a Party Girl shirt on, and I was like, oh, I love it. So, and when I
Anybody
approached her,
have any As the World Turns?
oh, see, that's what I was gonna say,
Right?
as the world turns stuff.
Right.
Yeah. But when I approached her, I did a line from Party Girl. I said, hey, hey, hello. And she said, hello. Whether she got it or not, I mean, it's been so long. It's been 30 years now. I'm
I'm sure
assuming
she
she
was
got
just
it.
grateful you didn't say tsunami or Piper
Right.
Yeah.
No, right?
Yeah, I'm sure she got a lot of that
Right.
stuff.
Right.
But that's not, I go old school. But yeah, we had a lot of fun.
It was good.
And then we had drinks afterwards to celebrate.
Have fun. That's a
Yeah.
fun day.
Yeah.
Well, Eva just gave you my weekend rundown too, because I was with him all week.
Yeah, she was with me.
So
Sounds
I
like fun.
Okay.
Sounds like fun.
Uh,
All right.
um,
What's next? What are we obsessed with this week?
No, what are we?
Oh no, what are we celebrating this
Come
week?
on, Shannon.
we?
Hold on. I had it pulled up. All right, what are we celebrating? Well, I've missed y'all. First of all, we're celebrating the gang being back.
Yay.
Woo.
So here are a few interesting facts. I thought this was really important. In 1928, Kraft introduced Velveeta cheese. Let's just say we wouldn't have Rotel dip without
Mm,
Velveeta, right?
yep.
Hey, now
Um,
that we're talking about that, what's your take on Kraft macaroni and cheese out of the box?
It's awesome.
it's
Delicious.
the OG.
Mhm.
It's
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I love it too. Like I love it, but some
Yep.
people are like, oh, that's not real macaroni. I'm like,
whatever.
It is.
Am I
Whatever.
am I the only one that thinks it's so hard to make, even though the directions are literally just adding water?
You don't know how to cook, so that's the
I really
problem.
don't. I can never make it
He's
right.
like,
Is it
I
it's
always
water
really
or milk?
hard though.
milk, water, either one. I can never make it. Either comes out too runny or too lumpy.
Lumpy.
Yeah,
Okay.
like gross, like clumpy. Ugh.
I'm
You
gonna
gotta, you gotta mix it.
I'm gonna tell you something that'll probably make you ill. You know what I like to have in my macaroni and cheese? What is it, Andy?
I
Do you
don't
remember?
know. Ketchup, probably.
Mustard.
Tuna.
Oh yeah.
Ew.
I
Oh,
like to put like a tablespoon of mustard in it and mix it up. It's so
do
good.
you?
Mm,
You like tuna and mac and
I
cheese?
do.
I do. It's kind of like tuna casserole. So
Little
Yeah.
tuna helper.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh, No.
Okay. I'm going to pass on it, but I don't judge you for
You
it.
don't want to try it? You don't want to
No, I'm
go
good.
after the show and make some up?
I'm
Yeah.
good. We all have weird things that we like.
I
Yeah.
Combos,
real
so.
quick before you go on, Sally, I apologize to my Hispanic friends that I'm the only one of color on this podcast. That is a white person thing. Tuna and your macaroni and cheese.
Tuna.
All right. All right. So there's the Velveeta. Also, today is National Rotisserie Chicken Day. I'm a fan of the rotisserie chicken. I don't know about anybody else. I'll pick one up at the grocery store like on a Sunday and use it all week for, you can tear it up and put it in salads, put it in a casserole, put it in tacos, do whatever. So I like the rotisserie chicken. And then tomorrow is National Egg Day. Another great source of protein. I'm a fan of the egg. What else do we have?
Who can afford them?
Oh, June the 4th. It's my friend Angie's birthday, also known as cream cheese, by the way. That's
Oh, right.
Oh,
Wait, what?
go on.
You never heard that story?
Her nickname is Cream Cheese?
You
It's-
never heard that story?
I don't think so.
It was a
I'll get-
recipe
I'll
story
get-
where she freaked
No,
out.
Oh,
Just
I'm
tell-
good.
tell
I'm
it.
good.
Yeah, it's like
Go-
never mind.
Go
I've
ahead
already
and
lost
tell it,
interest.
SAP.
Huh?
Tell it.
I, she was having a party. She was very stressed out. I was trying to help her. She was like, I need you to make this for me. And I was like, and she's very much read the recipe. This is how you do it. And I was like,
Okay.
it was like, I said, where's the cream cheese? She said, it's in the refrigerator. I was like, you really needed to set that out. It needed to be soft and then she goes, it doesn't say it on the recipe. And then her mom was there too. And she was like, yeah, Angie, you really need to put cream cheese. She picked up that recipe card. She goes, but it doesn't say it on the recipe. She was freaking out. This was like her first entertaining thing. And then I told the story, and Andy and Landry and a couple of others refer to her as cream cheese. Cream
Okay.
cheese's birthday is tomorrow.
Does she know that you call her Cream
Yeah.
Cheese?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, also, on June the 4th, I think I remember talking about this before because June the 4th is two things that are so related. It is National Hug Your Cat Day, and it's also National Old Maids Day. So,
Old maids hug their
Coincidence?
cat.
is it a coincidence that those are the same day? I don't know, but
Two birds,
Wow.
one stone.
anyway, and then Friday, I think Friday's the 6th, which is D-Day. Let's not forget that. A bunch of people braver than any of us could ever be, for sure.
All right.
And that's what I've got as far as we're celebrating.
Cool.
That's all.
Okay.
I could talk about. I've got something else to talk about, to ask an opinion on. Do y'all want to do that now?
Sure.
So I read this thing a little while ago that this man rode a ride at Disney World. This was a few years ago. And he was over the weight limit. The weight limit was 300 pounds, and he was over 300 pounds. And he got hurt. And now he's suing Disney World. My thing is, could they not turn around and countersue him? You knew you were overweight. Like, if the weight limit is posted and you get hurt, aren't you assuming that liability yourself, just out of
Yeah.
curiosity?
He is, and what he's going to do is he's going to have Disney World's going to have a scale, and you're going to have to step on the scale.
Well,
before
that's
you
what
get
I'm
on
just
the ride. I mean,
saying.
that's what it's going to
It's going
turn
to get
into.
to the
Yeah.
that's the only way to avoid that, is to force every person to step on a scale.
Yep.
And don't nobody want that. And our person with the legal hookup has stepped away. So
I'm here. I'm here.
But
Oh.
with, I guess, they have the signs that say you must be this tall to ride this ride.
Mhm.
So you have people checking them there. I guess that now they'll have to weigh
they'll
them.
just you'll have to step
They'll-
on a scale.
No, they'll do what they do with your baggage, right? If you can fit in this compartment, you can ride this ride.
I think they'll do one of two things. I think it'll either be one of those McDonald's, the coffee is hot because it's common sense,
Yeah.
and they'll settle, or they will bury him in litigation and he'll
I
never
would
get out.
bury his ass in litigation. I would countersue
Yeah.
him and be like, you know what?
Yeah.
You caused damage to our ride because you knowingly got on this
Damn,
ride.
girl, how big was he?
Damn.
What ride was it?
I don't know. It's some
The
water.
teacups?
It was
The
some water
teacups.
ride. Do what?
It's the teacups.
Yeah, it was some water ride, but he apparently got hurt. And my thing is, if you cause damage to the ride, you knew you were over 300 pounds when you got on it. So anyway, I just wanted to discuss that. Carry on.
Okay.
Um,
And he was 334 pounds,
You looked it up.
not
Yeah.
just
And
300. Yeah.
and
Well, that's why I said
And
he
was
was
it the
over
teacup?
300.
uh,
It wasn't the teacups, though, was it?
no. But also, this is from the PC police over here. It is socially acceptable to say fat.
Okay.
Who's
Did I
So
say?
that?
It was
not
a
plus
water slide.
size.
Yeah, but we said overweight because he was actually over the weight limit, you know.
But you can
It
say
was a
fat.
water slide?
It was
You
a
can,
water slide. The
you can,
limit for the water slide was 300 pounds, and he's only suing for $50,000.
well, he's
Oh,
wasting his time. That's
I mean, did he empty the pool when the water slide?
where did all the water go?
And this happened in 2021, and he became momentarily airborne and suffered permanent catastrophic injuries as a result. First of all, as a
Hold on,
fucking
hold on.
kid, if I'm
Something
on a
that
slide that
big
gets
was
me airborne,
airborne?
he momentarily airborne. I mean, it's a
How
little
how
rough.
far
But
up did
as
he
a
get?
kid, like when Wet and Wild was before it was
If you could get
whatever it is
airborne, you
now.
were like fired up about
Hell
it,
yeah!
right?
Like, and we would go those. They were so tall, and we would ride those slides. And I'm sure like, if you're airborne, you're gonna die. We were like, let's do it. Let's get some lift up here. Yeah.
So I just thought it was interesting because if I were Disney's lawyer people, I would be like, you know what, we're just going to countersue him. He
No,
caused damage.
it's the downhill double dipper. So it goes down and then flattens out, and then it goes down again. So maybe
Mm.
Huh.
Anyway, that was my thought-provoking question of the night.
Okay.
interesting.
So, Andy,
He was fat /
are you picking
overweight.
your birthdays?
yeah, a couple other birthdays shout out. Today is Brian Davis's birthday, Shannon.
Yes. Did you know he was in Japan for a long
He's
time?
in California now.
He's in California now. Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't realize that till the other day. Yeah.
Tomorrow's my fraternity brother Tim Hart's birthday. On Wednesday is former coworker Britt Robinson's birthday, and also
Who?
FB and Shannon Dave Swenson's birthday is Wednesday. Y'all remember
Oh,
him?
I remember Dave Swinson.
We saw
I
him
remember
on
the
Sunday.
first- Yeah, we saw it. What? Who was the first one? Old coworker.
Brent Robinson?
Metasol?
No,
Oh,
TCB.
sorry.
On Thursday is my friend Allison Moll's birthday. It's Kayla Millet's birthday. Richard Neal's birthday. And on Friday is Danny Phan's birthday. That's all I got.
Okay.
Okay.
That's like that.
Happy birthdays.
Happy birthday.
What are we obsessed with this week? Sally Ann.
I don't think I have an obsession this week.
What?
I have an over, but not nothing other than the free Diet Cokes at my new home.
Okay, that's fair.
That's a good one.
That
That's a good
sounds
one.
Good.
I'm pretty obsessed with it. Like that makes me very
And
happy.
addicted.
Yeah. Shiloh, what about you?
Totally addicted.
I guess I'm obsessed about two things. So I don't know if I mentioned this before. Like, so Mission Impossible, the new movie, I haven't seen it yet, but Amazon had a Blu-ray box set of the other 6 movies for like $30 for all of them in one box set. So I bought them.
Nerd.
I bought them, and I am.
So wait. Sally's
rewatching
gonna come
them.
over and watch all the Star Wars movies, and she's gonna come over and watch all the
Yeah.
Mission Impossible movies.
And I've got this special popcorn bowl that's got a hole in the bottom. Don't worry about it. So I'm obsessed with Mission Impossible. I'm on Rogue Nation, so I want to watch them all before I go see the movie. So I'm trying to do that and go see it this week. But yeah, so
Aren't
I'm
they all
obsessed with
basically the
Mission.
same premise?
Where's
It's the
y'all-
same
y'all-
fucking plot, and it's the same thing. Oh my god, it's impossible. Oh, plot twist. Oh my god, we saved the day. It's the same fucking plot, but it's still brilliant.
Someone
So
like
weren't y'all
that.
talking about like all the virgins at Comic-Con or whatever? Nerd alert.
SAP, I am not a virgin, and if you don't believe me, I will see you after the podcast.
Oh my god.
And unrelated to Mission Impossible, so there were a lot of, as I like to tell Shannon, there's a lot of talent on the Katy Trail. There's a lot of talent in Scottsdale, Arizona.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
So I'm obsessed with chicks with tattoos.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Now, I mean, Scottsdale, that's Arizona State, right? Is that why that you
No,
were?
I don't. It's right outside of Phoenix. I don't actually know where Arizona. I think Arizona State's in Tempe, and I don't really know where that's at. I
Oh,
don't know.
maybe that.
But
Okay.
Like tramp stamps like Shannon or
well, I did say girls, but I'm talking like the sleeves, like
Wow.
because it's hot, and so like they're wearing less clothes because it's hot there. So like
yeah.
there's a back tattoo. I don't know,
Okay.
Okay. So you're into
but I
tat.
won't say no to a splatter pad like Shannon has.
Okay. Wow.
Okay.
Nice. All right,
Mm.
Andy, what are you obsessed with?
My new Zoomer wheelchair.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Woohoo.
Yes. Did we talk about you getting a flag for the back of it?
I want a flag.
But how
A
will we
little
find
orange
you?
flag?
I want lights.
Oh,
Disco ball?
No, I just want lights.
wow. Okay. All right, Eva.
Um, I am a huge oh whoa. I am a huge music fan, and I recently stumbled on. I like to subscribe to Apple playlists, and I recently stumbled upon this playlist. It's like the dance hits of the '90s,
Ooh.
and I have been listening to it like literally nonstop. And it's like not like your normal like other the dance songs like Madonna or anything like that. It's like Black Box and Technotronic, like all these early '90s, and then it shows like the evolution of the '90s dance.
Shannon, Andy, stuff we were listening to in the club back in the
Absolutely.
day.
Yeah, and it go
Absolutely.
literally goes from like, the beats go from like, like the kind of the R&B type dance beats like La Bouche and all that, and then it segues towards the
Wow.
end of the '90s into like the club hits,
Mm.
like the Ambers and kind of, and it's a really good playlist. And I've just been listening to it nonstop. I didn't get to
Wow.
listen to it
Cool,
as a kid, so I'm listening to it now. So
cool, cool.
Okay. All right. Um, so what I'm obsessed with is a TV show. See, I told you before, one of my other obsessed was the sports shows on Netflix. So
Mm-hmm.
there's a new one, and I talked about this one before, the F1, where it talks about the F1 racing team.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
really good. So now they have one, it's called F1 The Academy. So it's all about these women. Well, actually, they're like 15 to probably 20. They're younger girls, but they're all racing F1 and they're part of this academy. And they do it for 2 years and they go around to all the F1. Well, I think there's 12 races that they do, but it's all this to get them ready. And there's a competition, but their whole goal is to get a woman into F1 again because they
Oh,
haven't had
cool.
one in a while. So it's just like that. It talks about all the different, girls that are racing, their families, all the drama behind it. But it's really cool because it's girl power, right? It's really fun to watch. And then the one of the executives producers is Reese Witherspoon, so it's pretty
Oh,
cool.
cool.
oh,
Yeah, so if you like the sports names, but
Yeah, that's
it's
cool.
fun to watch, and I think
Okay.
it's a limited series or whatever. So
I
it's really,
love a good limited series. It's not a
yes,
big commitment.
no, and I
Yeah.
think they're only like 30 to 45 minutes
Yeah.
each. They're pretty short,
Perfect.
so check it out. All right, what are we over this week, Sally Ann? You said you had an over.
I am. I don't know if we've talked about this before or not, but I'm over like every time you go somewhere, especially like say the grocery store or something, people being there, who's your cell phone provider? Who's your internet
mm.
company? Who do you have electricity with? I just want to get my groceries. I don't want to be, I don't want to deal with these people. And I
Mhm.
know they've got a shitty job because they're standing in the grocery store trying to get customers to switch providers. But I was going in, this was a few weeks ago, and a girl approached me and no, and but ma'am, and I looked at her and go, not today.
Can't
And
you
she
just
goes,
tell them, hey, I'm
okay.
unemployed and I don't have any money to switch to
I
anything?
mean, I was like, not today. Just we're not doing it. But I just want to go somewhere in peace and not have to like try
Mhm.
to avoid eye contact with these people or anything. It's very annoying, but that's what I'm over.
When I go to Costco, I
Oh
specifically go
God.
to route to avoid the AT&T guy at the front of the store. Like I'll
Yeah,
cut through
Yes.
Yeah.
whatever
yeah.
just to,
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. Or just lie to them and say, I already have AT&T, which I do.
Well,
I mean, I do.
So,
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
I do.
I-
That's what I usually say. I go, I already have it.
well, and the internet people, I
Yeah.
tell them what I told them for years. I'm like, I work for my provider. I don't, but I used to. So they don't know that. I'm like, yeah, I work for, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Okay. What are you over, Shiloh?
I'm over upgrading my technology. So the company I work for as a parent company, we were acquired a couple of years ago. So today they officially rebranded our technology to the parent company's technology. So it's supposed to be the seamless, your computer will
Never is.
reboot, it'll reimage, whatever. We started at 10:30. I'm still not done. It's still going on to the
Jeez.
side.
Mm.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, cool. I guess I'm not going to do anything. I mean, it got me out of a bunch of meetings, but yeah. So I'm over
Yeah. Maybe it'll be
technology
ready in
changes.
time for you to work tomorrow. Maybe
Oh
not.
my God, it's ridiculous. And people are pinging me. I was like, I'm dead in the
I
water.
can't
I
do
can't do anything.
anything.
Yeah, leave me
Yeah.
alone. Yeah.
Mm. Mm. Okay, Andy.
I'm over the period of time between the end of the spring television season and the beginning of the summer television season.
When there is not
There's
shit
nothing
on
on.
TV.
Thank God for the French Open. There's
Mm.
been some great tennis on.
Yep,
Okay.
I agree. I agree.
Eva, what are you over?
I am over every time, which is once a month. I go to pick up my prescriptions at the pharmacy. I won't name which one, but I'm sure you can assume. And I go through the drive-through, and there's always like 15 cars waiting, and so I decide to go in.
Mm.
And every time I go in, because I think, oh, they're all in the waiting line outside, so it's
Yes.
going to be empty on the inside. There's always one person that's in the line saying, well, I should have this. The doctor should have called it in. I was just there. They're supposed to call it in. And it's usually somebody older who probably doesn't have access to the app on the phone to see if it's there or to get notifications that it might be ready or that's in the process. But it stops the line from moving for a good 45 minutes at
And they don't
least.
mind that they're holding up the
And
line.
they don't care. And they do not care. They do not say, I'm so sorry. They used to say, I'm sorry. Or the pharmacist used to step to the side, or there would be another
Yeah.
pharmacy tech to help the next customer. But I guess because everything is understaffed lately, it's always a pain in the ass. And it would have taken me less time to go into the 15 car drive-through
Yeah.
than it would
Well, it's
have.
not
You
like
didn't
they
know that.
wouldn't. I mean, they text all of them text you now, like it's ready. It's like, and they
Yeah.
text too much, like it's still here. I'm like, I can't get there yet. I know it's
Yeah. Yeah,
ready.
exactly. But it's like, well, I was just there, and then they're sick, or they're coughing all over the
They're
place, and
coughing
I'm
all
just
over
like,
the place.
come on, like, Walgreens, give them a courtesy call and say, automated call saying, hey, your
Yeah.
prescription's ready before they come in and they're all sick. Or they used to have like masks there at the counter, and you know, hey, here's a mask, put it on. But yeah, every time it just happened, and I'm like,
I
is
feel
this
like that
just
happens to
me?
me. I feel like it happens to me too, Eva. So
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what
And then they
irritated
start to
me
get
about
then they get irate. Then they
yeah.
get irate with the pharmacist.
The pharmacy thing that irritates me recently is their hours. Okay,
Oh,
you're not going to open till 9, but then like if I want to go before work, and then you're going to take a lunch break from like
they take like a
take a
2 hour
lunch
lunch break or
break.
something, like right when your lunch break is. So you can't go on your lunch break because the pharmacy's closed for an hour and a half, 2 hours.
CVS, I had to go back 3 different times. I'm like, you
Yeah.
got
yeah.
kidding me.
I love when I'm calling at Walgreens because I just gave it away. Walgreens, and they don't tell you the pharmacy hours. They did an automated message, and they say the pharmacy has a lunch break from 12:30 to 1 every day. The pharmacy is open from, and I'm like, oh, so you lead in with the times
Yeah.
they're not open versus the time that they are open. Like,
Yep.
let me know when they're open. I don't
I
care
just
what
need
they're
to know when I can come pick up my drugs. That's all.
exactly. They tell you when to not come, but not when to come. So it's so funny. But yeah, that's what I'm over.
I hate the pharmacy. Okay. All
Yes.
right. I'm over them not renewing summer baking championships.
Mm.
Mm.
Oh, we're
So
gonna
No.
talk about this.
that was something we were looking forward to because we love Jesse and we love all the baking
Yes.
champions, and
Yes.
they're not
Spoiler
doing
alert.
summer baking champions.
No.
What will we watch
One,
this summer?
I know. One, it's like a good, what, 8 weeks of summer fun
Yeah.
watching weekly, anticipate Jesse Palmer on your screen. And two, it's less Jesse Palmer in the summer during the year.
And he was always in
You're just
spurts.
thinking less Jesse Palmer. So
Like, what the fuck? And also, like, to replace it with what they're replacing it with, I don't need extravagant cake show. I don't
No,
need an extravagant. Who is going to order an extravagant cake
no.
other than a wedding cake? And even wedding cakes have become so simple lately.
well,
Like,
they've done that already, the cake thing, right? I
yeah,
mean,
it's
isn't
like
that Cake
gigantic
Boss or
cakes or
whatever?
something.
That guy up in Jersey, wasn't that what he did? The Cake
Cake
Boss or
Boss.
whatever. He did
It's
all
Yeah,
his
those
show, isn't
extravagant.
it? Cake Boss?
Is it
yeah.
still on?
I think it is. And
It's
also,
his
it's
show, I think.
yeah, and also it's like I feel like the nightly, like the food part of it, like it's all Guy Fieri. Fieri is what his name is. It's all his show. Like
He's
shopping with
annoying.
Guy,
He's
he's
annoying.
going from town to town with Guy, blah blah. Now it's like the dessert side is going to Duff because Duff is the one that's debuting the show or it already premiered.
Mm.
But I don't think Duff is the. I'd rather watch what's her name, the old woman, Nancy. I remember watching Nancy like do alcohol cakes, and she just sits there and eats all these cakes with alcohol in them and gets drunk. Like I'd rather watch that. That's more entertaining than watching
I
Duff
saw, but
host
does
another
Martha
show.
Stewart have some kind of like? I feel like I saw something that she's got
Yeah.
like called Yes
It's,
Chef or
yeah, it's called
something.
Yes Chef, and it's a contest. It's a chef
Yeah.
contest.
Have y'all watched
But
it? Is it
it's
good?
pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. If you like
Okay.
the,
Oh, I need to watch that then.
yeah,
We'll
it's
watch that.
and
Yeah.
they pulled like all the chef contestants are like people have nominated them because of their hotheads or they're really like
Ah,
terrible people in the
Oh.
kitchen. So it is all these um personalities that are very
gotcha.
and with Martha Stewart with
Oh,
the judges. So that kind of it's pretty good. So you should watch
she's
it.
been in prison.
Yeah. Yeah.
She can handle.
All right. So who's our assholes of the week? Who's got
I
an
got one.
asshole? You
I
got
got
an
one.
asshole?
My asshole of the week is Mohammed Solomon, who is the illegal uh, alien who threw the Molotov cocktails in Boulder this weekend.
Yeah.
Mm,
Awful. It was awful.
mm.
He should have been deported 2 years ago. But
Sad.
that is my asshole of the week.
Yeah.
Who else has an asshole?
Me. Um, Mine is one Patty Ann Lapone.
Oh,
Mm.
Keep
Ooh.
your fat mouth shut and keep your
So
penis.
I need to know what's going on with that. She
We'll
spoke
talk.
ill
We'll
of
talk.
Audra.
We'll talk. We'll talk. We'll talk. That's pop
Okay,
culture.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Your apology was fake. You don't mean it.
You just went to see her like last week
Yeah,
too.
I sure did.
Yeah. That Facebook post did not age well.
No,
Nope.
it did not.
In a week. It only took a
One
week.
whole week.
Yeah, we'll discuss that.
Okay, okay, because I need
Anybody
to.
else?
I'm not in
But
with
I
the
agree,
details on that.
Candy.
Anybody else got an asshole? Shiloh, you got an asshole?
Not an irritating one.
If your asshole's
Get that shit
Not
checked
till
out.
after tomorrow when he runs.
Okay.
Mine is Patty, so we'll talk about it though. But yes, for all the reasons that Andy just
I mean,
laid
my
out.
weekly asshole is Nico Harris, but
That's yeah.
we'll talk about that in sports.
So my asshole of the week is Eva
Oh, oh.
and
Why?
Michael Little for spanking us at pickleball
Ah.
and rubbing it in my face all weekend long after.
That
They
was the
didn't let you
cherry.
forget it.
That was the cherry. That was the cherry.
So
But
yes.
it
So
was fun.
hopefully it was very fun. So and it was okay. I'm just kidding. It was fun.
Yeah.
But they did spank us. They really we won the first game and lost the next four, if that tells you anything. So
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. It with pickleball, I've loved the balance of pickleball because we play them tennis as well. And tennis, it's Shannon's, the former tennis player, star, all-star, whatever. And so it's fun, to play them in tennis for so long before you start to lose. And it's like, oh, and pickleball,
More
I
of an
feel like
even.
Timmy's a little bit better. So it's kind of like a balance.
yeah.
Did we
Oh.
say? Yeah. Okay. Y'all are both good. Y'all are both good at pickleball.
See, he's
I
still
like
being
it.
an asshole.
How
My
dare
arm
you
is
say
healing though.
Timmy's
My arm is
better?
healing from winning.
Oh God, see. All right, do you have a
Wrong arm.
hero this week?
I do.
Okay.
My hero this week is the Queen of Broadway, Audra McDonald,
Oh,
who responded to Patty's bullshit with class and decorum and just being lovely and gracious. She
I
is
sense
not.
I sense a theme in your choices this week.
Hmm. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, who
She-
else has a hero?
yes.
I have a hero. This may not be a popular hero, but it is Pride Month. This is a lesbian.
Ooh.
It is
What?
Ms. Martina Navratilova. This may
Ooh.
not be a popular opinion, but I appreciate the fact that she advocates that biological men should not be playing girls' sports. And I agree with her on that.
Oh.
End of
All right.
discussion.
Man, SAP takes 2 weeks off and she comes back with all the political hot takes.
Well,
Wow.
you remember a few weeks we had always said we wouldn't talk politics, and then one week everybody talked politics but me. So I brought it all back tonight.
You
Yeah.
brought it up today. Any others?
I do. I have a hero.
Okay.
My hero, and this isn't lip service, this is for real. My hero is Shannon Brown this week.
Oh my God.
Um,
I'm,
for
I'm not
one
editing that
reason,
out.
for one reason and one reason only. During said pickleball match,
Oh.
I had been baiting him all through the 5 games we played by setting him up with a overhead shot, which he would take on occasion. And this one time, he finally took it and he
He
knocked the
took it like a
shit out of.
man.
He knocked the shit out of this ball and nailed Michael Little in the eye. And for that, he is my hero
Love
because
it.
I love my
You're
doubles
welcome.
partner, but he's a beast.
Beast.
Yes. No, but it was so hilarious because, if you can imagine the what happened after that. What did you say? Oh, the theatrics were just as bad as
Angel
uh,
Reese was flopping on the. He flopped as big as Angel Reese does on the basketball court. And he was
yes, if you
holding
could.
his head, and I was like, wow. And Eva is laughing his ass off. And I bought it. I was like, oh my God, what if I hurt him? And then it was like, oh yeah, I didn't hurt him. He's just
I'm laughing because I don't think he hit him. I honestly don't think he hit him, but you could never tell. You could never tell with his reaction. You would think that his eye was missing.
You're right.
Um,
Well, he's
but
not very
for that,
dramatic.
Drama.
not dramatic at all. Um, but yeah, my hero, my shero.
Shiro. I love
Hey.
it.
Uh,
And by the way, Shannon, is that a vest or just a shirt you're wearing? Because I like it.
Just a shirt.
It's a shirt. It looks like a vest. It's cute.
Can we get both arms at the same time?
I'm not sure.
Oh,
It looks like Dorothy's dress.
It does kind of look like
oh, it
it's
kind of
not
does.
gingham, you dumbass. Well, it kind of is. I guess it
Little blue gingham.
I
Yeah.
have you in that dress too. I have a picture of you in that dress.
No more wicked. Wicked, right?
No more wicked.
All right, I have a hero today, and this is going to be. I can't believe I'm saying this.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Well, actually, shout out to Eva and Brandon. They're my heroes this week because they got me out of my comfort zone and convinced me to go see Parker Posey, and I wasn't gonna go. And they were like, "Come on, it'll be fun." And I even woke up on Sunday dreading having to go, but it ended up being.
Aren't
So
you
thank-
glad you did now?
Yes. So
Yeah.
thank you for
Yeah.
suggesting something different.
Yeah.
We did. So yes. So thank
And
you.
it was so crazy how it happened because what Brandon on his phone, which isn't so crazy because he's always on his phone, but on something other than Grinder, and he just happened to fall on one of those ads on Instagram, and it was like the Dallas Fan Expo, and
Is that how
there it
that y'all
was.
wound up there?
Yeah,
Just
that was
yeah.
Monday. That was this past Monday,
Monday at
and
the
then
Ivy.
yeah, and then
Love it.
Monday afternoon we had tickets. So
I love it.
Yep.
Fun.
All right. Who's first, kids? Shiloh?
Yeah.
but
Good old sports ball. So this is going to come as a surprise, but fuck Nico.
There we go. There it is.
Fuck Nico. So I actually did hear a rumor, and by rumor I mean some random dude I ran into was talking about it. So the current rumor is that the NBA is behind Luka being sent to the Lakers because the international viewership is down. And so they needed an international star to get more views for the NBA. I mean, I'm not sure that makes sense, but the NBA viewership is down in general, and it's been down year over year over year. Um, if you haven't been following it, which I don't think anybody here has, the Pacers and the Oklahoma City Thunder are playing in the finals.
I
The
heard
most
that this morning.
unlikely matchup for ESPN. They're probably hating this because nobody's going to watch it.
Well, yeah, like look at those markets.
Two smaller
Indianapolis and
markets.
Oklahoma City.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Name.
Yeah, on the plus side, neither team has ever won a championship, so one
That's
of the two
exciting.
franchises will get, yeah, so it'll be that'll be nice, but it's just they're pushing it so hard, and like and we'll get to the stars in a minute, but like to me, like right now, the hockey games have been more exciting than the NBA games, but ESPN is pushing it so hard, like that's the sport they push so much outside of football. So much so that like Major League Baseball canceled they didn't renew the contract with them because they're like, you don't talk about us outside the days that you have our
Oh, wow.
games. Like you're not covering us as much throughout I mean, in about a month, like there will be nothing going on major other than baseball. Like so it will kind of dominate, but even then ESPN doesn't really talk about it because they're looking at now, like they're trying to talk about what they think is going to get the eyes. But yeah, I haven't watched other than seeing it randomly like at a sports bar. I will not watch the games. Not It's a weird matchup. But yeah, Indiana and Oklahoma City. So good for one of those
Who are we
franchises that they
for?
win.
Are we for Oklahoma City because they're closer?
No, fuck Oklahoma.
Okay.
You know why
I
Texas doesn't fall into the ocean? Because Oklahoma
It
sucks.
sucks. I knew you were gonna say that. I
Or
forget.
the
I
Gulf, I
forget
guess,
the.
is not the ocean.
I
Yeah,
forget
I'm
the
from here.
native Texans
Yeah.
Oklahoma thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's 8 o'clock. Oh yeah, Oklahoma still sucks.
Okay.
Those are the running jokes. Yeah, honestly, I don't really care. I don't even know. Like, I maybe know like one or two players on either team. So yeah, I don't have any. I don't even know who's the favorite to win or who's even has the home seed. So yeah, I hope home court advantage. But um, yeah. So NBA, yay. The Stars are done. It was very sad. We looked like little kids playing. They kind of looked like the Titans playing every other team that we played this season. The Titans D team. Against Edmonton. Other than that first game where we scored 5 goals in the last period, they outskated us. They did everything better, bigger, faster, stronger. We looked tired. So that was it was disappointing. The game that we had, I mean, we had to win them all, but the game 5, like they scored 2 goals and 2 shots, and we pulled our goal. It was just very disappointing, frustrating. This is 3 years in a row where we've made it to the finals and haven't crossed that bridge. Yeah. So I'm now focused on the Rangers.
Go Rangers.
Go Rangers. But yeah, so the Stars hockey's still going. So it's Edmonton and Florida, the Florida Panthers. It's a rematch of last season's finals where Florida won. Interestingly enough, there hasn't been a Canadian team win the Stanley Cup in like 15 years. It's been a minute.
But that's their sport, right?
It kind of is, but like more and more, the U.S. is kind of taking over. I mean, there's more and more American-born players playing,
right?
But yeah, I mean, the best player in the league is for the Oilers, and he's from Canada. But no more Stars for a while. We'll go back to not thinking about hockey for a minute as it's insanely hot. Men's college World Series. The top 2 teams, Texas and Vanderbilt, lost. Nothing really exciting other than that. There seems to be a lot of gamesmanship that's not really common in baseball. Like typically baseball is like a gentleman's game. You don't celebrate, you don't show anybody up. But some of the college teams are starting to do that. There was Cornell, maybe they didn't actually make it out. It was during their the championship weekend. They didn't actually make it to the playoffs, but this guy hits a home run and he's basically like doing the flex as he's running from base, like running sideways. It was so bad that the other team, the coach pulled the entire team off the field. because there was going to be a brawl. It's just, I mean, I get celebrating, get being excited, but at least like if you scored a touchdown in football, you're on the other side. In baseball, you
Yeah,
have
you're
to
not.
run around and
Yeah,
everybody has to see you. Yeah.
it's taunting. It's a bit taunting to do that
Yeah, it kind of it is. Yeah.
because you run in front of their dugout. You run in
Yeah.
front of
And
one
he was
place.
chirping at
Yeah.
their short, yeah, the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, um, yeah, I mean, I don't know that I
Did
watch
you
a whole lot of SAP.
did you see that Texas had done those tennis shoe or their cleats that were like University of Texas at Omaha? They were like,
I mean, Texas thought they were going to go and win the whole thing, and
and
they
they
got
got beat
knocked
at
out by
home too, right?
they hosted that regional, and they got knocked out by another Texas UTSA.
I love it.
And UTSA's their mascot called the Ultimate Troll. They were in the stands with a sign that said "Eat more beef"
I love it.
Oh,
for the Longhorns. But yeah, but their super regionals are kicking off. I think there's 2 more games to decide who's going on, but more
Mississippi State
exciting.
hired a big time coach this weekend.
Who'd they get?
O'Connor from Virginia.
Okay,
So he's
I did watch them play on Saturday, Mississippi State.
they won Saturday, right? That's the game they won.
Or some sorry, I watched them Sunday,
Oh yeah.
where
Yeah.
their pitcher looks like he's in his 30s.
Yeah.
And like every like half the team has like gold chains. Is these like these pimply faced white guys with gold chains? I was like, they must be getting this must be that NIL money they took and they bought a chain. They're like, I don't want the cash, just give me this big
I
old
feel
chain.
like the chain is very much a baseball thing though. You see that a lot, the gold chains in baseball, right?
Yeah,
I mean, you see that a lot. So
it's probably one of the few sports that you can actually wear jewelry.
yeah.
Yeah, because you don't really do it in in NBA or anything else. But
Yeah.
So, speaking of chains, my, my nephew who's 11, I think, and plays baseball like
Does
fourth.
he have a chain?
Yeah, he's like totally into these gold chains, and he has
Yeah.
one with a big old cross on it. So we went to lunch for his birthday.
I
I was
love
like,
it.
what the? My brother's like, I don't know. He goes, chains and
It's a
like this brand called ice cream. I don't know what that is about
What?
either. But I don't know it's like athletic wear. It's like the weird, but I'm like, that's a giant cross, which is all good for him, but like
Yeah.
it's so weird for a 11-year-old to
That's
have all
kind
the
of funny.
jewelry on.
That's kind of baseball culture. And
Yeah.
I feel like baseball, like you get when you look at players on a baseball team, you either get the guys with like the mullet, just looks like the biggest redneck in the world, or just like frat bro looking guy. It's like one extreme or the
it
other.
really is. Yeah, it really
Mr.
is.
Clean cut, all American, or permed mullet.
Yeah.
It's one or the other.
Yeah.
It really is. It really is.
We were watching, I guess it was Saturday or Sunday, we were watching
Yeah.
baseball. Oh,
Saturday.
Saturday. And
Saturday. Yeah,
I was
Saturday.
like, how does that make us feel that these guys that are playing, we could be their grandfather? Like
Right.
it's
What do
not
you mean
out of
we?
the realm. It's like, oh my God. I know it's, say that
For our
every
listeners out there, not everyone on the podcast is old enough to be the grandfather of
Yeah.
these college
Yeah.
students.
Yeah. They still call me daddy.
Yeah.
They do when you put Rick's credit card down. They definitely call you daddy.
Right.
I'm moving along. The Women's College World Series, Texas.
Texas championship.
Texas made it to the championship. They had knocked Oklahoma to the losers bracket. Then beat Tennessee today.
Tennessee. Yeah, they beat Tennessee.
Beat Tennessee today. So and OU.
How was that? Wait, wasn't there
Yeah.
some like controversy about stepping on home plate or something?
I saw that. She didn't.
Yeah.
She did not step on home plate.
Tennessee and UCLA. Yeah, so the UCLA was it UCLA like they hit a home run around the bases and they were celebrating, so she didn't step on home plate, and they reviewed it and they said that she was interfered with trying to step on the plate by her teammates and that it counted as a home run.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
But you know what? They
That's-
wouldn't have even reviewed it had one of her teammates not noticed it, because that's what
Yeah.
they showed her going. She didn't step on the base, like trying to tell her to step on the
Yeah.
plate.
Yeah.
They
So
did give it to her or didn't give it to
They
her?
did, yeah. They reviewed it in the umpire. The
there was
umpire's
no
explanation
interference.
was like
So
it was like she was like her own team was like their celebration was preventing her from touching the base.
no, I disagree.
No.
And my thing is, if your own team causes that, that's on
That's your problem.
your
Yeah.
team, right? That's
Yeah.
But I
count.
kind
Yeah,
of
but
think
I
it's a
look at it like
stupid. I think it's a stupid rule. You have to run around the bases when you hit it over the fence.
I mean, they're not going to
home
tag you
run.
out
I
anyway.
mean,
It's like I'm
just
like
get
I'm
off the
good.
field. I'm good.
I'll touch home. I'll touch home plate
Right.
over
But
here.
do I have to
But
really run around? I mean, if it's only for the
yeah.
celebration, I get it, but it's kind of stupid.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't matter, right? There's no actual play. Like there's no way you can be out. Like a lot of teams, like they'll like if you win a game, like you'll just stop at second and not go on or whatever. But yeah,
look who says, "Hey,
hug your kitty.
let's hug your kitty, Dad."
Hug your kitty.
Oklahoma is losing right now to
Yeah.
Texas.
If
Oh,
they
wow.
lose,
Okay.
they're out.
Who's
Yeah, if they lose,
losing?
they're out. Yeah, Oklahoma
Oh,
attack. So
Yeah.
Tech's the higher seed. So Oklahoma wins. They play
tell them, "Hey,
right after
Tokyo."
that. Good. Fuck Oklahoma. I hope they
Yep.
lose and never win a
And
game
I'll
again.
say it, and I've said it, and I'll say it again.
Say it again.
It's not fair.
It's
It's not
not.
fair.
It's not.
It's
I
not.
agree.
Travel around, make it go around.
It's not, and it's funny to me that they claim that it is. There's no advantage. It's an advantage,
They
right?
have
Yeah,
home. They have home field advantage every year.
yeah.
Every year. And guess where they're at every year? There. So
Yeah,
it's
isn't
just
that
so
right?
frustrating. But I hope they lose.
Hope
I
they
still
lose, and
can't
it'll be
believe y'all
Texas and
don't
Texas.
go, Eva. Like, I can't believe you and Rick don't
I
go.
know. Well, it was so funny because Rick and I were we've just been sitting here watching these teams that are in the World Series, and we're just like, this could have been like LSU's at least to get there,
Yeah,
and then who knows what could have happened with these teams. I
yeah.
mean, because all these teams they could have beaten, but that's neither
Shoulda,
here
coulda,
nor there.
woulda.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda. So,
Gotta score the runs.
One bad
Tag the
game.
people.
That's all it
Touch the
yeah,
takes.
bases. Yeah, it really does.
yeah, yeah.
All right, and then Katie
Or
hit on this a little
14,
bit. Or
or 14 bad games.
you can go 0-16. You ain't going to the fucking World
16.
Series at all.
16.
Moving on to something more positive, the French Open. Andy hit on this earlier. Not a really lot to talk about, other than I just love seeing them play on that clay court. Like there's just something
Yeah, that's
iconic
cool.
that they're playing on clay.
Which I read an article about that it's not really 100% clay. It's
Oh.
less clay than you think it is.
Can you put on your lab coat and then tell me how much clay is in
I
the
should
clay?
go well, I'll be there. I'll be in Paris in October, so maybe we'll take a trip to Roland Garros and I'll test the soil.
Oh, that sounds dirty. Like literally dirty, not like sexual, just like dirty.
So,
Yeah. Coco Gauff, probably one of the bigger names that's in on the women's side, and then Djokovic won his 100th French Open. He's been playing a long time game, but not a whole lot other than again, I just love seeing the clay courts.
Yep.
And then last but not least, the WNBA. No exciting stuff to talk about, like Angel Reese flopping, but
It's out on an injury.
yeah, she's out. Caitlin Clark is out. Paige Buckets is in concussion protocol.
she's out.
Yeah, like 3 days ago, she finished the game and then they went afterwards and they're like, we need to put you in concussion protocol. So she's out for a week, I guess.
Is Caitlin out for 2 or 3?
I don't know actually how long she's out.
I saw something where the games that she is missing, the ticket sales plummeted.
Oh, I'm sure.
Well,
Yeah.
they're supposed to be playing here, aren't they? At one point?
They play here. It's later in the year, but they're actually, instead of playing at UT Arlington, they're playing at the American Airlines Center.
AAC.
Oh, wow.
Because we were getting on 35 yesterday, and there was I looked at the AAC because we passed it, and they had on the marquee they had her picture there
Okay.
with that it said to us they're going to play. So there are going to be a lot of upset people.
Yeah, I
If
don't
it's
know that
soon.
it's soon.
That would suck.
Yeah, but I mean the Wings aren't. I mean, we've only won one game. We're 1-7, so it's not looking really good. And Indiana plays us at June 27th, so it'll be a minute.
She should be back by then.
Yeah, she'll probably be back by then. Yeah, but we're not doing good, so maybe we'll get another top pick and then turn the team around. But I think next year they actually move to Dallas.
We're in Dallas.
So it's at the there's like an old arena by the convention center or in the convention center. So they're
Okay.
there's like the city of Dallas is spending a couple $1 million to
Okay.
ramp that up so they can play in it.
Not build a new one, but renovate an old one.
I mean, if they wait long enough, the Mavs are probably going to leave the American
Right?
Airlines Center. They can throw them in there.
Well,
I don't think they would fill that up on a regular basis.
No.
That's a big,
No, I
big
mean,
no.
I love that, like, this, like, I mean, the WNBA's for a long time. Like, I love that they're getting more popular
I agree.
and people are following them. And, Caitlin Clark has a lot to do with that. There's a lot of great players out there, but also, like, it pales in comparison to the number of people that watch, like, a men's game, right? Because,
You got to sell the tickets. I
yeah,
mean,
you got to make money. Like, at the end of the day, you got to make money. Like, there's a big disparity in how much they're making compared to the men, but you're not raking in as much
how much
revenue
you
as they
bringing
are.
in though? I mean, that's the
Yeah,
thing. It's
yeah. I mean, there truly is a wage gap there, but also, like, you're being paid based on the value you're providing to your team, like revenue value. Yeah. Okay, that's all I got.
all right. I'm ready. I'm ready for the Audra Patty.
oh, okay. Okay. Well,
Philo, sports
oh
ball.
yeah.
Hello. My election.
Oh, and I guess we could talk about gay
Oh,
softball. He's not a
God.
hero. He might be an asshole. Shannon Brown did win the election to be the secretary of our little gay softball league.
A
Pretty much every day
nonprofit.
something happens. Shannon texts me and he's like, "Really? There's a group me for that? Oh God! Oh, I have to do this. I have to do this." So I'm regretting not voting for the racist or the male version of me already, and he hasn't even been sworn in yet.
Yeah, Shiloh's already annoyed with me. I'm like, what is
I will be until it's time to write checks. I'm like, Shannon, I need you to sign this check, and then we're good.
I think the male version of you is at the softball tournament, aren't they? I think.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm
I'm sure.
sure they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Sorry, Eva. Go ahead.
Oh no, no.
Okay.
I'm just waiting for her resignation to go in before her term starts.
Congratulations.
Wait until June 10th when you're sworn in, and you can resign after
She's
that.
threatened it. I don't
And
know how
just
many
resign
times.
immediately.
Yeah.
Get sworn in and then resign
I
immediately.
just wanted to win. I didn't.
I didn't
I
want
wanna
to
do
do
it. I just wanted to
anything. I just
win.
wanted to win.
Well, I think the chances went up really high when she yelled out it on Sunday. Oh my gosh, there's a group me for this. I'm like, uh-oh.
I got the
I think it
text
might.
saying the exact same thing.
Um, all right, let's talk some pop culture. Um, so a few things that happened today in pop culture that I wanted to let everyone know about. Um, Today in 1939, Superman had his first comic book. I know we have some DC fans on the panel here.
Go
Um,
Superman.
yeah, so was he in a different comic book before? I don't know, because it says it's his first solo comic book.
I
So I'm
think it was
assuming
like
that.
Action Comics or something like that. It
Oh,
wasn't.
okay, so yeah, I'm not a DC fan, but congrats to Superman for his first solo. In 1989, Dead Poet Society was released in theaters, and I know that's actually
Captain, my captain.
yeah, I know that's a really good movie that everyone loves. So I've not seen it, but has anyone seen it?
It's
Everyone seen it?
for white people and not for brown people.
Well, it's Robin Williams, so it's
It's a
right. I
great,
got
if I remember correctly, what
that's the
year
one
did
where they
it come
stand up
out?
on the desk.
Yes,
Yeah,
Captain
what year did
It's
it
a
come
cult
out?
basically. Like Shannon likes it because he's in a cult, so it's just like a cult about
I
reading
liked it
fucking
because it
poetry
was like
about
a
dead
bunch of
people.
young, cute guys. I
Yeah.
mean, that's what
Yeah.
I
The same
remember
reason
about
Shannon
it.
liked it.
That and
Um,
White Squall, right? That's the other one.
White Squall.
Squall.
You can't say that.
Why? It's called White Squall. That's the name
Oh,
of the
Squall. It's a squall. Um, sorry, my apologies. Yes, that came out in 1989 on this day. And in 2017, another DC, but this time of the opposite sex, was released in theaters. And I think we went and saw it on either opening day or opening week. Wonder Woman, not
Oh,
not Linda Carter in her Invisible Airplane, which is the superior one, but Gal Gadot in her lesbian training course.
So
That they
Paradise
emphasize
Island.
way too much. They emphasize way too much. Like, get to the part where she's fighting the
got a
villain.
lot of
I'm just gonna.
Amazonians here. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And so yeah, that was a good one. The other one was not the good one, right? The
Yeah.
Chitara one.
Yeah.
The 1952.
Yeah, whatever, that one. Also, in 1953, Queen Elizabeth II held her coronation, or her coronation was held. for all you Queen lovers. And in 1865, we're not going in any order by any means. In 1865, Commander Smith signed the surrender terms for the Union and ended the Civil War today.
Why is
Okay.
that pop
So,
culture?
it's pop culture because gay marriage has outlasted the Confederacy.
It's pop culture because Texas kept fighting for like 2 more years.
Yeah,
They
you
never
know,
got they didn't get the message.
Well, we didn't have radios or cell phones, right? Like they had to, and it was all the
and
way down like south of
and
South
the
Padre.
yeah, and the carrier pigeon or passenger pigeon was already dead by that time, so they couldn't even get a pigeon to give them the message.
Well,
Well,
I mean,
they
that's why
popularized,
Juneteenth started in Texas because,
Yeah.
they didn't know out here.
yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, and then they popularized the flag, all that, the Confederate flag, because it's still everywhere. But yes, no more today in 1865. Happy birthday shout outs to Dana Carvey. He turned 70 today.
Love Dana
Damn.
Carvey.
I know. Garth, right? Yeah, Garth. Um,
Excellent.
Happy birthday to Andy Cohen. He's 57 today, 1968.
Andy hates it.
Yeah, Andy hates Andy.
May
That's
he
Andy on
rest,
80.
may he rest in peace soon.
Wow.
One that Candy does like is Zachary Quinto. He turns 48 today.
Yep.
And Justin Long, who is a great little character
Yeah.
actor who's been in a lot of good movies. Jeepers Creepers. I love him. Turns 47. And number one on the Billboard charts in 2001. We hear this on occasion if Candy's got a control of the jukebox anywhere we go that has one. Lady Marmalade
Yep.
with Christina Aguilera, Pink, Maya, and Lil Kim.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I
Hit
learned most
number
of my
one.
French phrases. Like that's how I know
Yeah.
how to ask if somebody wants to go to bed with me.
Right. That and La Madeleine. La Madeleine. You could get a good French lesson there in the bathroom. They always do the un. I don't know the
Un, deux,
rest
trois.
of it. Yeah, that. Um, and so yeah, some quick TV shows to go over. If you haven't watched this, you mentioned that there's nothing to watch. I know you've probably gone through these already, but I mentioned overcompensating right before we left for the last couple weeks that we've been on break. Um, for those who caught up, what did you think?
Good.
Fun?
Yes, funny.
Yeah. I think he's going to be a bigger star now. But I think there's some pressure on him to deliver in season 2, which just it did get renewed. So
Oh, it did already?
um,
That's good.
yeah, it got renewed. Yeah. And he hasn't figured out how he's going to go from here, but a lot of it's drawn on his own personal experience in college. And in an interview I saw him, he was kind of afraid to put that out, but he's just like, why not? I mean, things happened, and this is what happened. So he'd rather tell the story truthfully than to embellish. So, which I think I thought a lot of it was embellished, but if he says it's true, wow. um, and Hacks premiered had their season finale last
Yeah.
week,
Yep.
which I haven't watched yet, but there was some mixed reviews on it that it should have ended on episode 9, which was so good.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of brought it all back to what I liked. I started liking Hex.
Yeah.
He just the mean back and forth at the beginning of the season was just too much. It was kind of uncomfortable to watch.
That went
It
on
was.
too long. It went on too long.
Yeah, it went on way too long. And when they finally came to an agreement, um, yeah, it was kind of like you should have done this sooner.
Mhm.
But Helen Hunt, I think, should get an Emmy nomination as a guest actress for the line that she said on the red carpet after she got fired by Jean Smart's character, which I thought was hilarious. Is she basically just said, "Deliver a message, F Deborah fans," and she said it with such conviction, and it was so hilarious in her delivery. So, and I like Helen Hunt. Um, Poker Face
She's
is
got some
currently
work
still
done,
going.
hasn't she?
He has.
Something
He
about her
has.
mouth is,
I think it's her lips.
she's like got a really stiff upper lip or
Yeah,
something. I don't know.
yeah, yeah. Um, Poker Face with Natasha Lyonne is still going. Candy and I talked about that a little bit. It's kind of gotten a little freer now that she's the storyline with her being chased by the mob has ended, and now she's just kind of going floating around job to job. And this last episode, Andy, what were your thoughts?
It was funny. It was
Do
hilarious.
you want to tell them what it was?
Oh, go ahead.
Real, just so quick.
Just
Oh,
the,
so
I tried to
it
watch
was.
the alligator one and it was
Oh
stupid.
my God, the alligator one was hilarious.
Okay.
It was totally Lion King, Tiger King. It was totally a
Okay,
play on
good.
Tiger King. But this last episode had hit her in a elementary school, and what it was a little girl, I think fifth grade or
Yeah.
sixth
Fourth or
grade,
fifth grade.
fourth or fifth, yeah. She had to be the best, had to be the best at everything. She was the best. It was a private school. And her enemy with the gold stars that she was getting daily, she was on track to win Gold Student of the Year. And there was a kid who was racking up stars behind her, and the talent show came along, and his talent was magic. And he was going to take the class gerbil, put it in a box,
No.
mash it, and it was going to be disappeared. And whoa, he was going to get all the gold stars to catch up to her. Well, she flipped the box. And so when he went to smash it, he actually smashed the gerbil, and
Oh,
blood squirted into the crowd and all over the kids. And it was so hilarious, but yet traumatizing for those kids, I
that's
imagine.
awful.
Yeah, it was bad. And of course, his dad was the janitor, and so that's why he was able to go to this private school because he was getting
Ah,
tuition paid for. And at the end of it, Natasha Leone solved the case and basically got the kid back into the good graces with the students, drove the little girl absolutely mad, and basically ended on the a note that she sent to Natasha Leone's character after she got fired and said, "When I grow up, I will find you." And she looks up and she's staring straight at that child who's standing by the tree, just looking at her. It's like so creepy, but so funny. But yeah. And Big Mouth, the inappropriate cartoons that some people enjoy to watch, me included, is currently airing their final season. So um they do have a new show coming up on Netflix about horny forest animals. So kind of taking that
about what?
horny forest animals.
Okay, I thought that's what you said.
Yeah, so they take that setting out of the classroom and put it into the forest. So should be interesting. And like
Wait.
Shannon said, and like Shannon said before, Summer Baking Championship was canceled. We won't talk about it anymore because I'm still crying. And last but not least, Audra versus
Oh,
Patty. So this whole thing came to a head when Patty had done a interview with the New Yorker in which she talked about two Broadway stars that are currently two Broadway stars, one currently performing in Gypsy, Audra, and Keisha Lewis, who I don't think she's on anything right now, is she, Andy?
Yes, Harden. Oh, the one about Hell's Kitchen.
Oh, she's still in Hell's Kitchen? Okay. She won the Tony last year for that.
Mhm.
And she's been on Broadway for a while. Apparently, according to Patty, not long enough to be considered a veteran, is what she said. And it had to do with Patty's show was showing next to the Hell's Kitchen, and the sound was bleeding over into her theater and was not allowing her audience to hear her and yada yada yada. Patty then put to her producer and told them to keep it down, and it was affecting her show. Um, what it came off as was a sort of microaggression that Black musicals are loud and all of this. Um, and when when Keisha Lewis posted about it, Audra McDonald at the time had commented some emojis in support of Keisha Lewis. And when Patty LaPone in this article, this was all last year, I believe,
Yeah.
when Patty LaPone was asked this, She basically said about Keisha Lewis. Oh my God, here's the problem. She calls herself a veteran. Let's find out how many Broadway shows Keisha Lewis has done because she doesn't know what the F she's talking about. A quick online search, Patty said, she's done 7. I've done 31. Don't call yourself a vet, bitch.
Oh,
Mhm.
And when they asked her about McDonald, Audra supporting Keisha, she says, uh, exactly. And I thought you should know better. That's typical of Audra. She's not a friend. And when asked about her show Gypsy on Broadway, currently airing or she's performing in, she said she waited 15 seconds before she answered the question and she turned to the window and said, "What a beautiful day," which was some heavy shade that she does not care for it because he won a Tony for Gypsy in the 90s, Andy?
Uh,
Fact check me, or was it early 2000s?
Early 2000s.
Early 2000s. Um, and so that's then sparked a whole feud. They've called Ryan Murphy, get on the script, pick your actors. They're not dead, but he has this show called Feud, and they said the next one should be Patty versus Audra, which I think was hilarious. That was some of the comments that I've been reading. Um, since that's happened, there's been a online petition signed by some performers, some including some that are on Broadway that have called for a boycott of Patty at the Tonys. It's since reached 500 people, I believe.
600.
600. Ooh, it's gone up. Um, and because of what's been happening, Patty, of course, then issued an apology saying that she apologizes that her comments were, if they were, her comments were insensitive, yada, yada, yada. I'm sure she didn't write it. I'm sure she just checked off, yeah, sure,
Mhm.
looks good.
I mean,
And
that's the norm though, right?
yeah,
Mhm.
I mean,
yeah. And yeah, so uh the Broadway community and everyone else is not divided in this. They're all Team Audra.
Mhm.
Um, some have some have come out for Patty and saying she's always been outspoken.
always.
Um, always, that's kind of what makes her Patty. Blah blah blah. Doesn't condone her behavior, but yet, what do you expect? Um, I think she's lost a lot of jobs from this,
Mhm.
and that's what led her to. I don't think she was sorry for anything she said. I don't think she's the type of person to not be sorry or to
Nope.
be sorry.
I think most people in the public that issue big apologies like that do it because they have to.
Yeah.
That I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
you
Yeah.
know,
They're sorry. They're personally impacted. They're not sorry about what they did.
exactly,
Thank
exactly.
you. Thank you. So I was gonna say, now for those who do know, like Shannon, what are your thoughts on this whole thing? Like, what do you think should happen, or if anything should happen?
Well, I mean, she's gonna feel the repercussions now. It's like
Yeah.
I think the apology was lame. I'm like,
Yeah.
you're old enough and smart enough not to be that big of a bitch. So, I
Yeah.
mean, you've said it, so it is what it is.
I can't wait to say that to you later this week.
I know, right?
Well,
Well, the Tonys are on Sunday, so
Yes.
Oh,
Audra will win and smack her down.
Yeah.
everybody
Well,
always talks about freedom of speech, freedom of speech. Yes, yes, you can say what you want to, but you can't control how people react to that.
You
So,
got to be
yeah.
held accountable to what you say, but you can say
yeah,
whatever you want.
did
Yeah.
she ever
you're
win
welcome
anything?
to say it, but
Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Andy, is
Thank
she
you.
up for
That's
any Tonys? She isn't, is she?
no,
Patty?
No.
Okay.
no,
It'd be
no.
awesome if they were in the same category.
Oh my gosh, that would be
Mhm.
epic.
I wonder if she's going to show up even. That's kind of a
I think she's gonna lay
you
low
think
for
she
a while.
will? I mean, she's always kind of had that I don't give a
right.
Yeah,
attitude. So, will she
yeah,
show up or will it just be awkward because nobody
yeah. I
even
guarantee you,
acknowledged her?
Audra is nominated. I guarantee you, it will probably be one of the highest rated Tony Awards ceremonies that you'll see.
Oh yeah.
Only for the fact that are they watching because she might
Yes,
show up, or if
yes.
she doesn't show up. Um, but um, but yes, Audra,
I
like
thought Andy
Andy
was the
said,
only one that watched the Tonys. Isn't he the only one that ever watches
I like
them?
watching the openings. song is always a good, and then
I'm
they
not a
kind of lose
fan of
me.
movies and shows that involve singing, so I don't watch the Tonys.
Shiloh, you
I
won't be
remember
tuning in, Shiloh.
when Andy and Roger and Alan and I went to New York that year. That was the weekend of the Tonys. Do you remember we hung
Yep.
out? We went back to our hotel room on Sunday evening, got some takeout, and watched the Tonys.
Yep.
That was several years ago, and maybe the last time I watched the Tonys. So.
Um, but yes, Audra, just perfection, I believe. She's professional. She, you know, has had a lot of grace with this. She's responded with just the charisma that she has on stage, if you've ever seen her, with it. And she's also winning awards. She just won a Drama Desk Award over the weekend. So, which is kind of a precursor to the Tonys, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. So she tied with the
Betty Boop.
actress that
Betty
um,
Boop.
Betty Boop. Yeah, Betty Boop, the musical. And there's still a heavy favorite of Nicole Scherzinger winning for Sunset Boulevard. However, when Rick texted me that, she had split the award, Audra had split the award with the Boop woman, um, I said, that's still two times that Nicole has lost. So I don't think she's going to win the Tony. I, so, um, I mean, if they couldn't even vote for her to tie, I don't think they're going to vote for her to win the Tony. Although I might be surprised. I might be surprised.
We'll see.
You never know.
We'll find out on Sunday.
We will. But also going back to the Patty thing about her history, she's always had a history of being difficult and always, throwing shade. She did that with Madonna with her Evita performance in the movie and blah blah blah. Madonna wasn't the best, but she wasn't the worst. And
Was
also,
she? She wasn't
I don't think so. I liked her,
kidding. I never saw it.
but
No.
I also think that it was a lot of shade because Andrew Lloyd Webber specifically wrote a song for Madonna in
Mhm.
Okay,
Evita. And I think that kind of added salt to the wound that she had the rift with uh, Andrew
gotcha.
Lloyd Webber and all that. Also, for all you Life Goes On fans, anyone, just me.
I don't know what
I
that
watched
is.
it some.
Justice for Corky.
You know,
Oh,
Um,
you never watched Life Goes On? Oh, blood,
oh,
oh, blood,
oh,
life goes on.
Sunday
We weren't
evening.
allowed.
Come, um,
You weren't allowed to watch that?
We were watching Miracle Children instead.
Oh,
oh
good
wow, yeah,
wholesome TV.
that
Yeah.
makes sense. But she had a falling out with her co-star in that, and it makes you wonder: is she the problem?
Right.
She's
The
listening
common
obviously close. Yeah,
denominator
there's a common
would
denominator in all
suggest.
this. So, but yeah, and she had the original actress that played her, the oldest daughter, who was the husband's daughter from a previous marriage. She had the original actress fired from that
Oh,
show.
really?
Yeah, that's a little tidbit that no one knows. But yes, that's pretty much all of it. We'll see. We'll see what happens on Sunday. Audra going for her seventh Tony Award. And with on the male side, Darren Chris, I think, is the predicted winner
It's like whoever.
Yeah.
um, of Glee fame, Darren Chris. Um, and oh, one thing that I will say, since we're on the Broadway, and this will be the last thing, we'll end it and we'll get Andy's comment. They are premiering a Chess remake
Yes.
or revival to premiere later this year with Leah Michelle as the lead, who played whose character?
Judy Kuhn's.
Mm, so, what are your
Beauty
thoughts?
cute.
She'll never live up to it.
Has she
She doesn't sound like Judy Kuhn. She squeaks half the notes that she tries to hit.
did she learn to read? Is that what you're going to ask, Elliot?
no, I said has she I was gonna ask Judy Kuhn, has
Oh,
she won any Tonys?
No,
Oh,
she has four
No?
noms.
Do what?
There's four noms.
Okay.
she was last nominated for Fun Home, wasn't she?
Mhm.
Yeah, which we saw in that Ring of Keys.
yes.
Yep.
Yeah, so stay tuned on Sunday. We'll have a recap of
One
what
quick
happens.
sports update.
Uh-oh.
Texas Tech beat Oklahoma.
Yes.
It was 2-0, and then
Beckham.
OU scored 2 runs at the top of the 7th, and then Texas Tech walked it off.
Cool.
So
Right.
the witch is dead. The wicked witch is dead.
Ha ha ha. Eat shit,
All
Patty
right.
Basso.
Next Monday is our last show until September.
All right.
Are we doing something special?
If you want to, whatever you want to
Oh, okay.
do.
I've got a jar of Vaseline I've been wanting to use. Thanks, Andy.
I'm sorry,
Fantastic.
what? You got a what?
Jar of Vaseline. Don't worry about it.
Oh God.
All right. Thanks,
Okay.
everybody.
Everybody
Have a
have
good week.
Hey.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye,